You really thought your spiritual awakening was the last stage. Most people never make it past the awakening. They reach that moment where their eyes begin to open, and they assume that's it. But awakening was never meant to be the destination. It shows you that there is more to life than what you were taught. But there's another stage that almost nobody talks about. This stage has been called Sophia, and Sophia is deeply linked to wisdom. And what most people don't realize is some of you may have already entered this stage without even noticing it. One of the first signs you've entered the Sophia stage is something starts dying inside you. And no, it's not your spirit. It's the part of you that needed to be seen growing. You stop comparing your path to other people's path. You stop caring who's more awakened, who meditates longer, who knows more symbols, who talks deeper, who sounds wiser. And something strange happens. Spiritual labels begin to feel smaller than they used to. You don't necessarily reject them. You just stop needing them. Because when wisdom begins to take over, growth no longer feels like something you need to announce. Real growth becomes almost invisible. And the deepest part? You no longer feel the urge to defend what you've learned, because what's real inside you no longer needs permission from the outside world. One of the strangest signs that you've entered the Sophia stage is that your own depth stops entertaining you. And that might sound almost wrong at first, because in the earlier stages of the path, every realization feels massive. You connect two ideas that you never connected before, you see through a pattern that most people miss, you uncover something inside yourself. And for a moment, it feels like you've touched something extraordinary. It feels like an event. It feels like something worth holding on to, analyzing, maybe even talking about for days. But then something changes. At the Sophia stage, insight stops feeling dramatic. You'll have a realization that would have completely shaken your world 2 years ago, and now it just lands naturally. You understand it, you absorb it, and then you keep moving. No need to write a paragraph about it, no need to post about it, no need to sit there thinking about how deep it was. Because wisdom no longer feels like a performance. And this is where a lot of people get confused. They think they've lost the magic. They think the fire is gone. They think maybe they've become disconnected, numb, or less spiritual than they used to be. But that's not what's happening. What's happening is your spirit is no longer addicted to being amazed by itself. And that's a very different thing. There was a time when your growth needed to feel intense in order to feel real. You needed the chills, the breakthroughs, the emotional release, the feeling that something huge was happening inside you. But Sophia changes that. Now the insight comes, it lands, and life moves on. Not because it means less, because it means more. At first, wisdom feels powerful. Later, wisdom feels normal. And when your deepest realizations stop feeling like trophies and start feeling like truth, that's when you're no longer collecting spiritual experiences, you're becoming the experience.